What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back again, once again, for another episode of Making Coins on Madden 17. Now, we are, of course, going to go through a new filter that we've been using. If you watched my previous videos, I did mention this filter, I just haven't done an official video. Also, I am going to go through maybe a little more slowly than I usually do for those who are asking exactly how this sniping works. So if you're an experienced sniper, if you want to go ahead and skip ahead or skip, just see what the filter is and go, that's completely okay. I understand. That's alright. Just thank you for coming out and checking out the video. Also, at the end of the video, I am going to have gameplay here very shortly for you guys. I already got it ready, but not tonight, the same time this video is going to go live. So we'll have that. I'm going to show you my team at the end of the video just so you can see where I'm at. I'm an 86 with the style boost. I'm actually an 87 when I click on my lineup. So I got a lot of cool styles. I got a lot of stuff going on. I know this team's was 90 overall, but we're just still doing all right. All right, here's the filter. I'm talking too much. I want to get into the filter and then show you, and then hopefully get you guys to making some coins. All right, this is very simple and very straightforward, but this is all I do. Go through position by position. Now, there is some positions that I do not include. Because there's so few elites right now, you can definitely go with just elite, quality elite. You could, if you wanted to, do 85 to 89, or there's not a whole lot of 90-94s. So, if you want, but there's really, just do all the elites. I don't think there's any reason to break it down any farther at this stage in Madden. And then go through the positions. So the first one is quarterback. Quarterback is one of the best ones. The reason why quarterback is so good is because you got so many ranges of values. So you got players that are going to be put up like an Andrew Luck that might sometimes be up for like 15K. Buy. Or you have this Drew Brees, this Matt Ryan card. There's a lot of big time cards, the flashback cards. You got Stafford and many other cards. Tom Brady, John Elway, all kinds of various prices. So quarterback is very, very good. So even if I think this overall, just the quarterback elite is a pretty good filter. If I just refresh it right now, there probably will be another quarterback put up. Just kidding, there's no quarterback put up yet. But pretty often those get put up. Elite quarterbacks, pretty popular. And then running back, another great one. Running backs are very popular, so there is a lot of running backs in MUT this early on still. So running back is a pretty good position. This filter should last for quite a while. The only time this filter will not work is if you see, I'm just going to do it real quick, if you go all players and say something like that happens. The oldest one, or the newest, I should say the newest one up, has 13 minutes left. So that's not going to work because that means they've been on the auction house at the minimum for 46, 47 minutes. That's not going to work. You're not going to be sniping anything if that's the case. So we don't want that. So if you see that on any of these filters I'm doing, that means it means it's way at the end of Madden and you're watching an old video. So go ahead and watch a new video. But here we are. Wide receiver, I just kind of skipped over that. Wide receiver, also a very good one. Wide receivers are very popular. So again, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, three great ones. Now, as Madden goes on farther, these positions will still work really well. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver are going to work throughout probably throughout the whole season. The only thing you may have to change is quality. You may have to switch that to like 85 to 89 or 90 to 94 or 95 to 99. But probably not 95 to 99 at the end of the year. There's not a whole lot of 90. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows how the end of the year will look. But right now, just stick to elite. And wide receiver, running back, and quarterback are going to last for quite a while, and just stick to that. Tight end, I would not, and I'm going to show you, I don't do tight end. And the reason why is because there's not a whole lot of tight ends on the board. As you see by the little scroll bar, there's not a whole lot of tight ends out there. So if you want, of course you can do tight end. I personally don't do tight end. The fewer players, the less likely you are to make a big snipe. So I would go away from tight end. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Ignore the offensive line. There's just not enough value. I don't do it. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Again, fullback, same thing with the tight end. Not a whole lot out there. And then on the defensive line, again, I pretty much avoid the whole defensive line. They're not bad. As you will see, the scroll bar is not too small, but it's not full. And I like a full scroll bar because that means you just have more players up on the auction house, a higher chance to hit a good deal. But definitely okay. Left end, right end, defensive tackle are completely okay. I personally, as you see, right end's even worse. There's just not a whole lot of players up, so I ignore those. Linebacker core, these are all decent. Left outside linebacker is not the great, as you see. It's about the same as the defensive line. So the only reason I kind of like this one is because that Von Miller card, I've been eyeing it, and I'm thinking about picking it up. So I'm hoping to get a good deal on that Von Miller card. But we'll see. We'll see. And then on the middle linebacker is a very good one. As you see, the filter's full up. You got a lot of good middle linebackers. Singletary just came out. Mosley is a new card. There's a lot of new cards. There's a lot of good cards, a lot of not so good cards that you can get for cheap and then sell. There's a wide range of players. So middle linebacker is excellent. Right outside linebacker, again, is decent. I think it's pretty good. Right, so the linebacker core is pretty good. Again, it's not completely full, but it's pretty good. Right outside linebacker is pretty good. And we're going to go over this all again at the end, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do my sniping. But I want to get to everybody that knows how to snipe. This is just how I do it. Cornerback is very good, and the safeties are okay. But again, free safeties again okay. Strong safeties okay. I usually don't even do the safeties. So but again, that's your call. That's your call. Again, you see strong safety. The school bar is not that big. So my positions: offense, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Defense, the linebacker core, and cornerback. So there's only 7, and then start it all over. Go back to quarterback. I usually don't do the safeties, even though I went through them, and I told you why. So that's what I do. So if that's anything you get out of this video, that's what I do. And it's very simple. It's not anything too complex, but it works pretty well. This stage in Madden, and this actually will work. As you see, look at those quarterbacks. 5 of them put up 59 minutes. Is there any? Okay. 5 quarterbacks. So there's a lot of players that get put up, and one of those just maybe will be a good deal sometimes. Just maybe. Now that we got that, I'm going to transition to those who are maybe not as experienced and talk about how exactly this works and why I use this filter. I got a question like, why not just do all players? Well, the reason, and I answered that, but the reason is, and I already said this earlier, the problem is there's a player, the newest player up is up for 15 minutes. The filter, the way the filter works, it only has the 100 players, and it goes from the oldest, or the ones that are about to expire, and then 100 past that. So, as you will see, if you go all the way to the back, all these are about to expire. So there's 100 players up on that filter, well, whatever you're on. So if there's 100 players, and you have no filter, well, that's not going to work very well because you're seeing players that are up for only 14 more minutes that have already been up for, were put up for an hour, 8 hours, however long they were put up for. So that's not a good filter. It needs to at least, the new players have to be up for a minimum of 1 hour, or it's not a good filter. So a bad filter. I'm going to see if I can find a bad filter. Like just one that just doesn't work very well. All right, maybe quarterback. Let's just do quarterback and do 80 to 84. Would there be that many on 80 to 84? Of course. Okay, so that actually is working. I don't think that always works sometimes. All right, let's do 70 to 79. Okay, there we go. We got one. All right, as you see, the newest one up is 33 minutes. That means that there is no new cards up. They're on this filter. There's way too many cards on this filter. You need to shrink your filter. Shrink how many players are showing up. This is too many. So you need to do something. Maybe adjust the cap value. Maybe go by that. It may not be good with quarterbacks. Maybe adjust the program, or the chemistry might be good, or the team. If you're going to do team, I probably wouldn't do that because there's only going to be a few players that will fit that. Probably 1 player on each team. Maybe. So I wouldn't do team, but you can adjust your filter and make it less players. But again, 85, that one should work all right. So that's the whole idea. So the idea is you want that to say 59 minutes, or maybe 58 if there's not a new card, or maybe 57. But that's what you want it to say, or maybe 7 hours, or 11 hours, because they put up for 8 hours, or 12 hours, or maybe 24 hours. So that's what you want to see when you are doing your filter. And you also want to see a scroll bar on the right side that is decently big. At least with, I would say, you probably want at least 50 players. Close to 100 or 100 is ideal, because the more players that are up, the higher chance you are to hit a good deal. If you only have 20 players on the filter, sure, you could hit a really good card. Definitely. You could definitely hit a good card, and I'm not saying that sometimes I don't do that. But the problem is, if there's only 20, you might be sitting there for a half hour and maybe only 1 new card shows up, or no new cards, and you're like, this is so boring, and I don't like that. I like to see new cards show up every single minute. Hopefully every 10 seconds or something. So you see, if I just keep refreshing this, new cards will keep showing up pretty regularly. Probably not right here because I just refreshed it, but probably every 15 seconds, you're going to see a new card. And of course, we're not seeing one yet. Maybe 30 seconds. Okay. But they show up pretty frequently. So, and And okay, there's a Drew Brees, 23,000, not a great price. Oh, I was hoping we would hit something really good there. Hoping we'd get something. We had a Joe Hayden right before I did this, which you'll see this on my snipes in the next video. But we have a Joe Hayden. Where is it? You want to auction 2,200 coins. 2,200 coins. We won a Joe Hayden for 2,200 coins. He's worth over 20,000 coins. That's the 88 Joe Hayden. All right, so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, definitely ask them in the comment section down below. I will answer any questions you have regarding how to snipe, and I hope I answered some questions there. Hopefully. All right, so that's my filter. I'm going to go through it again here in a second, but I do want to show you my team for those who are wanting to see my team. As you see, we have so many chemistries going on here. It's absolutely insane. We went ahead and got John Elway at quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in MUT right now. And I know if you're watching this video in probably like 3 months, you're like, what is he talking about? This guy is like not very good. Well, yeah, it's early on. So again, if you're watching this in the future, check out one of my newer videos. It should not look like this now. My running back, I picked up flashback D'Angelo Williams. Not too bad. I don't know. I was doing solos, so I don't have the right wide receiver here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it right now for you guys. I have Antonio Brown. As you see, we're an 87 overall now. I got the limited use Antonio Brown in there. We got Stephon Diggs and Mike Evans. Wide receivers, let me know what you want to see for wide receivers. I was thinking like somebody who, it would be good if somebody with deep threat. I think like Marvin Harrison might be good because he'll get the chemistry boost as well. Or somebody else. I was kind of leaning towards Marvin Harrison, but some other wide receiver you want to see, let me know. I'm definitely interested. Marcel Reese at fullback. The reason I did that is so I could get the chemistry boost for D'Angelo Williams. So I got a chemistry boost for Williams and Reese. Mike Evans and John Elway getting chemistry boost. They're both deep threats. You only need 2 of those to get the chemistry boost, so that's pretty good. And then on the offensive line, I got the zone blockers on the left tackle and the right tackle. So I got a left tackle that's 89 and a right tackle who's in 87 now. Both very good offensive linemen. So the offensive line is okay. I haven't made adjustments on that for a while. Greg Olsen is still there. On the defensive side, we got Ogle. Look at this. We got the whole 4-3. 8 players getting 8. I don't even want to say players because it's not just players. I got 8. That means we get a plus. We get the tier 2, and I can show you the tier 2. You get +2 finesse, +2 block shed, +2 pursue as well. I think on top of +1 finesse, +1 block shed, +1 pursue. So I think that's +3 on block shed, pursue, and finesse move. I think they. Because it looks the way, that's the way. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So Ogletree is now an 86 from an 85. Sean Lee 86. Look at this. Bars an 85. He's elite now if he wasn't already. And McPhee is actually an 87 now, 85 to 87. I don't know. We'll keep that. And then Jordan. All these players are better. Vince Wilfork obviously is not 4-3, so he doesn't get the boost. Fletcher Cox from an 85 to an 87, and then Vernon from an 84 to an 86. All because of that, all those boosts that we got. That's insane. Our corners, Janoris Jenkins, Talib. We got Sean Smith already at all the way to 4, and Gilmore at 5, and Joe Hayden. Again, receiving those chemistry boosts. As you see, we're getting the pick specialist because we got Janoris Jenkins and Joe Hayden. And then safeties, we don't have any chemistry boosts there, but Reed and Burnett are pretty good. So that's the team. Also, what I did, the reason why I only have 6 4-3 players, but I have 8, is because I did the color rush uniform. So if you didn't know how the color rush works, basically they all have some chemistry, and I picked up 2 4-3, so I would get 2 more. So even though that one is like the offense, one is the home and one is the away jerseys, I have the Bengals Stadium, so I might have to change that. I need to change that probably to the Panthers, but. That's kind of weird. I don't like having 2 different stadium and then 2 jerseys. Yeah, I gotta switch that. But I got the Panthers 4-3 jerseys and the Panthers and the Raiders. Did I just hit the same one? I did. No, I hit the coach. The Raiders 4-3. So that makes I did have 6 and now I have 8 4-3. So I get the +2. So don't forget about the color rush because you can get 2 like. Of the same, so 2 4-3s, or you could do 1 West Coast, 1 4-3, a 3-4, whatever. There's a bunch of different jerseys, obviously for each team, 32 jerseys, and that helps your chemistry as well. And you get both of these count towards chemistry, even if you play as the Raiders. If you play as your away jerseys, your light jerseys, you still get it. You still get that bonus from having those as your dark as well. So that's just something to consider. If you do those color rush, maybe like double up on one of the chemistries or. Think about it. Just think about it as you're doing it. So just one more thing to cap this off. Again, for those who are still here, all I do is hopefully we'll hit something as well. Quarterback, that's good. Or running back, nothing too good. Wide receiver, again, I skip fullback. There's not a whole lot of fullbacks yet. Probably won't be for pretty much the whole season. Nothing, unfortunately, when I hit anything. I skipped the defensive line. Left outside linebacker. You could definitely skip left outside linebacker as well. I just do it because I want that Von Miller. Middle linebacker. Nothing too crazy, but middle linebacker is very good. A right outside linebacker, another very good one. Decent one. Nothing too crazy. That Terrell Suggs is not a bad deal, but we'll go ahead and move on. Corner, as it does that. No, thank you. Cornerback, a very good one. And that's it. Ooh, that Chris Harris. That's a new. I haven't even seen that card yet. I have seen it. I just haven't looked at it yet. So we got that's our 7. So we got quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and then on the defense, the linebacker core and cornerback. Of course, you can do free safety, you can do strong safety, you can do all those, but I don't know. Jenkins 10,500. We'll pass. But that's all I do. It's very basic. It's not too difficult. I know it's maybe not exactly anything groundbreaking again, but it is pretty successful, pretty darn successful. I've made a lot of coins. Haven't put a single penny in this, and I got 80 and 87 overall with not buying any cards and just sniping. So I think I'm doing all right, especially having a full-time job as a math teacher. So definitely a lot of things going on, and that I think that's pretty good. 87 overall. If you did enjoy this video, a nice like down below would be appreciated. If you need more tips, let me know if you want to see more of these videos in the comment section, or if you just have a question on something I said, ask me in the comment. Also, the suggestions on my team, I'll mention that again tomorrow, but if you have any of those with my team, let me know as well. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. ChewbaccaLemma out.